So, why am I doing Habolith? What do I want to get out of this? It's not just because I have an idea and I want to bring the idea to fruition as if it were a TV series. You know, it started out, I was interested in this as an alternative that I thought should be explored by NASA. But when I came upon the idea of using this for humanitarian purposes and realized that just in the short time I've been involved with this, the number has gone up from 100 million refugees all over the earth to 110 million. That's a lot of people who need housing, and that doesn't include homeless in cities like LA, where I lived until just a few years ago, or in parts of Maryland, near where I am today. I live in DC. Um, I realize there's a big need for something that is kind of in the range on the continuum between the real easy side, which is let's throw up some tents and shelter people from the rain, you know, and have a roof over their head, to, well, what do we do for a permanent solution? I guess we have to build new buildings or bring in, you know, prefab buildings, or, you know, buy up old hotels and convert them into multiple housing. There's got to be something in between those, and Habolith fills that niche where you can go in and they can be built almost as quickly as tents, but let's face it, nothing's going to get thrown up quicker than a tent. Inflatables, I put in the same category as tent. They have some, uh, uh, you know, shear and compressive strength that you could hang something from an arch made of inflatables, but they're not going to be robust in the way you need to withstand elements and gunfire the way I think something made out of a concrete analog can. So I'm in this because I think there's a need for it, and it would be great to go through the rest of my life and know, yeah, I did this great Star Trek episode that's, you know, really brought a lot of entertainment and deep thoughts to a lot of people around the world, but also something that helped house people who need housing. These people just cannot get housing enough, the refugee people and victims of natural disasters. They can't get housing quick enough, and when they do get it, you can't just say live in a tent, but you can say live in a Habolith. It's a place where you can have some dignity and protection and security by living in a place that can be a real home. And for example, we're looking at ways to make a fabric on the inside that people can decorate and make their own. And then if they have to move again, well, do you want to take all the sand out of a Habolith and move it as a house? I'm not sure that pencils out, because the basic material, the sand, is pretty much free wherever you're going to go next. But what if they could take off the liner of each Habolith and have their personalized stuff? That's part of the dignity process, make people feel like they have not just some shelter from the rain, but a home. Habolith can do that in a way that can last enough years to wait for the next, not wait for the next solution, but put people in a real home until they're going to be, I don't know what. I might just say that Habolith is going to last as long as they need it. If it can last 5 years, it can last 10. And if it can last 10, it can last 20. I think it's such a simple mechanism. You're always going to be need to fine tuning the pressure on these, but that can be done with sensors and a foot pedal when you walk through the door to pump up the pressure a little. Or at some point you fill it up with, you fill up those internal bladders with a permanent kind of foam that will maintain that pressure. There are a lot of ways to maintain these so they stay in working condition. But I don't see anything else that is going to give them that combination: durable, robust, to provide security, protection, and dignity. That's what I'd like to do. That's why I'm in this.